Hello, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. Let me turn that on. Okay, we should be good. Let me just make sure this thing connect properly. Hi, hi. How are you guys doing? I hope things are well, wonderful. I went out, I turned off my Wi-Fi and all that good stuff, so now I gotta turn them back on, and I forgot to do that before. So, how are you? This is your Reverend Dr. Marie Breville. It's always a pleasure to come here and to talk to you, to talk about good topics, about lifestyle topics, how to maintain a good, healthy, or healthier lifestyle through loving yourself, through taking better decisions, through finding strategies that are working, that are helping you to better yourself right now and in the future. So I would like to start this one with this affirmation. Um, because it's a new year, and a lot of times people get into the new year's by holding on or still holding on um, of things that they should have let go, not even last year but probably 10, 20, 30 years ago. So I'd like to start with this affirmation, with this prayer, with this confirmation, with this declaration, however you want to call it, depending on your beliefs and acceptance. I let go of everything that is not divinely designed for me, because I know everything that's divinely designed for me will always come to me, is always mine, and no one can take that away. So I let go of everything not divinely designed for me, and the perfect plan of my life always come to pass. The perfect plan of my life always come to pass, or now come to pass, or um, is passing right now. So just remind yourself to let go of the things that's not divinely designed for you. All the plans that are, everything that's in your life, all the plans, all of the places, anything that's in your life that was not divinely designed for you, it's time for it to go. It's time for you to let go of it, or um, make it let go of you. So you can repeat it, you can write it down, you can do whatever necessary for you. Um, you you can write it down and turn it around, however it is better fitting for you. So today I'd like to talk about, as you can see, the title or the theme, the subject was know where you stand in this life. A lot of times people are in this life, and I do turn my head because it's like the light keep being in my face no matter like how I turn it, and I don't like that. So the glare really kind of like bothers me. So, uh, oh, unless I keep my head like that. Okay. So no matter where you are in life, no matter where you reach, no matter where you think you stand, um, do you really know where you stand? Do you ask yourself, where am I? Because you remember that verse in the Bible, or that story of the Bible that talks about, where you standing is holy ground, take off your shoes. So sometimes, we stand in spaces and places that are sacred, and we forgot to take our shoes off. And the same token too, there are some spaces that you enter, you were supposed to keep your shoes on, but instead of keeping your shoes on, you take it off, and now you end up staying in a place that you were supposed to just be passing through. um the mistake a lot of us do, you know, as I like to say us sometimes, because it's not one person's mistake. It's a lot of us mistake. It's mine, it's yours, it's theirs. It's a lot of us, that goes through these that go through these things, because it's just a part of life. It's not anything that you're lacking. It's not anything you did wrong. It's a part of life. It's a part of the journey of life. You live and learn. Things happen. Um, and once you see it and you're like, oh my God, okay, that's what I was supposed to learn. Okay, I got it now. So, and you move on. But a lot of times we go to a place, like for example, some people could have been driving and they really needed a drink. Maybe something happened, or they had some extra time in their hands. They were working on the field, and they had some extra time, or maybe that's where they heard their client that they've been looking for. That's where this client is. That's where they can catch them. um you know so you were supposed to just pass through this place. You were supposed to just go to this bar to go get your client, to go tell this client, hey, uh, hey Mary, I need to talk to you. I went to your house. I left, multiple cards. You didn't call me back. Can I talk to you? Can you take a minute? Excuse me. As you know, my unfortunate. And that was supposed to be it. It was supposed to be just you went to see someone, or you stopped by to have a drink with someone, and then you were supposed to go back home. And for some reason, maybe there's a drink they make there that you like. And now you refuse to leave. Even sometimes they don't even receive you well. They don't greet you well. They don't welcome you properly. You still show up. And when I say that, I mean, sometimes, there are some friends you have, there are some um, family members you have. No matter how many years went by, no matter how successful you became, no matter how much effort that you made, they're still disrespectful. They're still disrespectful to you and your family. Because sometimes people think it's like, listen, being disrespectful is not necessarily only when someone is just gonna like uh stand in public and say things to you or do things to you. Um, Being rude could be something, subliminal that someone does. They just like kind of like being shady. They being disrespectful, but they being shady about it. Um, so you gotta pay attention, because this is your life. You don't want a life of misery, because I'm sure when you get out of your house, you get enough misery out there. So when you come home, when you're in an environment, you want the environment to be consistent to how you dreamed of. I don't want to say how you feel, because sometimes we don't feel good. Sometimes we had a bad day. Sometimes we have tough jobs where um we see a lot of things. I've done social work, you know, protecting children. So we hear a lot of stories, a lot of abuse, a lot of things, that you would never imagine a father to do with their daughter, or um another adults, that's supposed to be protecting the child, and they've done stuff to damage this child. If that child is not very resilient, they may lose their lives. They are so that's why it's important that in this life, you do your best to live a good life. It's like sometimes, I was talking to someone earlier and I was telling them that. I said, you don't have, it's not, it was their birthday, and when I was talking to them, and they thought like they were telling me it was their birthday, and and I'm like, oh my God, what did you do? This is nice. And they're like, oh, because they couldn't afford the things that they wanted. And they're like, well, they didn't really do anything. They were just home, um you know uh had their little drink, and that was pretty much it. There was no going out because there's like other things going on. And it was nothing big, but I was like, it doesn't have to be big. It could have been you had apple juice and peanut butter sandwich. But when you have it, you enjoy it. Sometimes it's like people need to learn to stay in gratitude, um no matter what it is, because somebody somewhere else don't even remember their birthday because they're going through so much. It's like it's not even worth it, because it's like they have to dig in garbage every day to try to figure out, okay, what are we going to eat. At least sometimes you can say, oh, maybe I need more money or whatever have you. But there's someone else somewhere, they can't even say they need more money because they didn't have any money at all, and they haven't had any money for years, and even decades ago. It's like things happen, so we can't just act as though when we're going through something like it's the worst. So but they had a good time with their family and stuff, and I said, it's a good thing, because sometimes some people or somebody right now that have money, um you know it's like they can celebrate with their family. And I'm like, I know someone like that. It's like they have money, they could have had a better life, they could have maybe that good life, they have access to the good life, but they're not having a good life because there's no family, there's nobody, it's just them you know and when it's not them, when they deal with someone else, it's chaos, it's completely, what do you call, toxic. So it's like sometimes, even if we're like two three, um you know oh, excuse me, for those of you who haven't been here, I just wanted to like make you understand this is like a medical thing. The yawning, it's not me sleeping on you, just so you know. It's a medical thing, so I'm not too sure if I keep apologizing or I just let you know so you can understand. Mwah. Thank you for understanding. So, um, so yeah, it's important to stay in gratitude, so at least um, you can feel better. Because when you stay in gratitude, it allows you to see life differently, to give you hope, to make you understand that there is hope. You're gonna do something different. Um, it's not gonna stay like this forever. Soon, soon enough, before you know it, things are going to change. So know where you stand. If you stand somewhere or sit somewhere and you don't feel like you being loved, you being respected, you being welcomed, have the courage to get up and walk out. Because a lot of us don't have the courage to get up and walk out because we're afraid to be alone. We're afraid to end up alone because we're thinking that, um, we're scared. We're scared of being alone, and we just um we've maybe known stories about other folks that things like that may have happened to them, so it kind of like keep you on edge all the time. But uh, but I always tell people, that it is better for you to be on that corner with your fish, with your um, cat, with your little puppy, with your dog, instead of being in a house full of people who hate you. I wouldn't want to deal with that. I'd rather be with my little puppy or cat or fish, whatever I can get. I probably would get a cat. I could get a little puppy too, but I don't know if I'll get a fish. I love fish, but I don't want to be a murderer. Not because I'm gonna eat it, but because fish can be very sensitive to take care of them. You gotta fish them properly. Fish them properly. You gotta feed them properly, otherwise they die. So yeah. Mm-mm. So yeah. Better you're in your corner with your pen and paper, with your laptop, but at least you're happy, you're okay, you're alive. When you get out there, you're being respected versus when you were living with certain people. They're in your home, they're eating your food, they're have access to your home, they have access to you, to your stuff. They're using your stuff. Maybe they're using your towels. They're eating in your plates. They're eating on your table. They're watching TV on your TV, or they're using your internet. Whatever it is, they around. They sucking you dry, and oh my god, I'm okay. Um, they sucking you dry, but they won't leave you alone. Um, did I say they won't leave you alone? That's not what I meant to say. They suck in your dry. See, every time I yawn, sometimes if I yawn too, wide, or I don't know what's the purpose of this thing, it will cause pain. So when it causes pain, it's like my mind just get forget for a minute. I may say what I did not mean to say. So bear with me. Have fun. Um, and on that thought. So anyway, so the whole point is it's like, listen, as long as love is being served on the table, it's beautiful. Stay there. But when love is no longer being served, when respect is no longer being served, have the courage to get up and walk out and go sit at a table where you are being served these things. Okay? So yeah. And so now I wanted to talk about, you know, the new year. When it comes to the new year, we make a lot of promises, about the things that you want to accomplish, blah, blah, blah. So right now we're like, what, 20 something? 22nd. 22nd. So what have you done? What have you done so far? Can you take an assessment? Can you see your progress? Have you started to accomplish the things that you set to accomplish? Or are you still talking about them? You wanted to maybe work out, maybe go to the gym, um, uh, change your regimen, your diet. Maybe you wanted to walk more or jog more. What is it? Whatever you set out that you were going to do, what is your progress right now? Are you doing it? How far have you gotten so far? Where are you now? How much have you progressed? Um, how much effort have you made to make it work so far? So ask yourself those questions, see where you are, because the month is about to be over very soon. Probably another week and a couple days. Oh my God. So, be sure to look into it, look into yourself, see where you are, be honest with yourself. Because at the end of the day, whatever it is you're doing, it's for yourself. So go ahead, do what you got to do, and maybe share if you can. So remember, know your ground, know the ground that you're walking on. Um, love the ground you walk on. Make sure it loves you back. And that's pretty much it, because this yawning has come for me. It's like, you're not going to be great today. But I'm great regardless. So it's all good. So yes. So I'm gonna close with the same thing again. Um, wait, which one was it? I let go of everything that is not divinely designed for me. And the perfect plan of my life will come to pass. Now comes to pass. So let go of the things that's not divinely designed for you. Let go of the things that do not seem to be for you. If you know, um, if you know and you feel that something is not for you, you are gonna take a left, and then something inside of you just like compel you not to take it. Something deep inside of you just keeps on reminding you that, hey, listen, I don't think this is going to work out. You need to let it go. I don't think this is a good idea. Don't go over there. You know. So when you listen to yourself and you didn't, let next thing you know, later on they tell you, oh, there was a big fire. Oh, there was, I don't want to say shooting, but shooting. Um, there was a tragedy that if you were around, it could have happened to you. If you recall, um, some of the things that have happened, like 9/11, a lot of people, they had a feeling in the morning. Something was challenging them, was just like, listen, no, don't. And then they call out. And next thing you know, tragedy strike. So, you know, learn to listen to your intuition, learn to know yourself better. This year is going to be about miracles. We're going to see things that we didn't think was possible, things that we thought we maybe was going to lose, and somehow it's like it's going to work out. We're going to see things that when we said we wished it happened, and people going to tell you there's no way that would ever happen. When I used to tell them that loans should be forgiven, and they all thought that's not fair. People invested, and now you don't want to pay back. But have you seen those charges? Those interest? Have you seen them? Sometimes people get charged things that they weren't even aware of. People were charged of um, got charged double, or got like mistakes were made and on a lot of um, people's records and stuff, and they were stuck paying them. So, you know, I'm sure it's time now, and I'll be glad because I sure have a I have a note to be like, that's the only thing literally that's like, always there holding people down. So a lot of us would have made like maybe much bigger progress. A lot of us could have done even more than what we already done, but because of these things, it's like you always gotta like, you know hold yourself a little bit, being reserved, and just to ensure that you take care of that. So I know they're gonna wipe them all out, and it's gonna be done and over with, yeah, like it never existed. Amen. Ashe, 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 right? So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to stop by and say hello, because I've been trying to come on, but a little bit of challenges. I haven't been able to come up with with the way I wanted my schedule to be. So I'm still working on it, but I'm grateful for today. Even if it's late, I had to go to the doctor today and it was quite a ride. So, yeah, that's what happened. So, when I came back, although I'm like exhausted, as you can see, so, um, you know, um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And then that's it. I was gonna say something else, but I won't even get into that right now. But I thank you for listening. Remember that everyone is like a golden link in the chain of good for you. So when you see sometimes people are doing good things or things we may perceive as bad, don't worry about it because it will work out for your good. When they think they were doing something against you, they were actually doing something for you. So now here you are, you can grow, you can do better and bigger things because you know what? You're you. You awesome. You divine. You are like your source. So keep doing what you're doing. I encourage you to check your progress, make sure that you are progressing. Even if you didn't do it yet, you didn't make it to the gym yet, it's not too late. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I count on you. I count on you. I expect great things from you. I know that you can do it, you know. Don't get too distracted. Don't, thinking that you can't do it. And no, you can do it. So you hang in there, do what you got to do, continue doing the wonderful things that you do, and that everything that's divinely designed for you will come to you. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for hanging with me for a minute. And now it's time for me to go. So have a wonderful night. Again, thank you. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe, like, share. And if you've already been here, thank you for hanging again. And I'll see you next time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. Bye.